This is 1967, so
What year?
it's 1967, 68.
Okay.
Chevys and Fords were really big back then.
Okay.
So maybe a little
I
Mustang.
got it, Gene. Don't touch
Okay.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're tooling
The
along the
Mustang.
old Mustang towards the base, and three army trucks go by you like you're standing still. Now, those trucks normally
Okay.
don't get up to that kind of speed, but these big things are intimidating for your little car. Whoom, 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 they go by. And as they go by, you notice that the last truck um, has a box in the back of it's got one of those tarp coverings, but you see a box inside. The tarp sides are flapping, but the box is marked U.S. Navy.
Oh, thank you,
Mm.
Travis.
Okay, did that fix it, Gene?
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
There we go.
What was running?
Twitch, you had it open in the background.
Okay, that's strange. I must have been accidentally clicked it somehow.
It's okay.
No, I think it was somebody in the background of her computer that wanted to watch it. Boom, boom. All right. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they cut our number of viewers in half when she signed off. That's funny. All right. So anyway, as you come up to the gate, officer there motions for you to stop. Excuse me, miss. How can I help you?
Hmm. She then says, "I'm a shoot."
Just,
I'm sorry. What were you saying? I know you're
I just,
talking kind of
yeah,
fast.
you do. You're okay. So you were pulling up to the gate because you're
Hmm.
trying to get to this story. But there's a security officer at the entrance of every military installation. The guy in uniform that walks up to the car and he says, "Hello, miss. What is your business here?"
Hmm.
So you normally want to give him your name and your press credentials. Hi, I'm whatever your name is.
Hmm.
I'm a reporter for, and then whatever the
Okay.
rag you work for, and I'm pursuing a story about, and then usually they make something up because they know they're not going to get access by asking for the truth of what's going on here. That's not going to,
Okay.
okay?
For
So
Oh my.
example, what is your response to the Patterson film about Bigfoot?
again, that'd be going right for the jugular. That may work, that may
Ah,
not. So your choice.
Hmm. I would present my badge and let them know that I'm a reporter for. Yeah, I don't know.
Seattle News.
Hmm.
Well, you could be a
Seattle
freelance.
News.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So when you role play, you would actually just say the line as if it was you because
Hmm.
I'm actually the security guard at this moment. So
Oh,
uh,
okay. Yeah.
well,
It's been a long time, so.
I'll re-prompt you so you can see kind of how this goes. Hey, hello, young lady. This is a military installation, and I can't allow you to continue forward unless I know more about you. Please state your name and business here at the base.
My name. I'm Trini Hutchison. Here are my badges. Here's my employment badge. I'm a reporter for Seattle News.
Yes, and we don't have any appointment for any such reporter, and he hands you back your badge. However, if you just simply state what you're here for, I'll see what I can do about getting you accommodated.
Okay. I'm here for. Shoot. I'm sorry. It's been.
You're for a shoot? Like I said, I didn't know we're
I'm here.
filming. Are
No, no,
you?
no, no. I'm not. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've played any RPGs,
No
so
Take
worries.
your
I
time
haven't
and
played.
think. The
Okay.
Just
pregnant pauses don't count.
no, they
They,
actually are great. Take your
yeah,
time. Don't hurry.
yeah. Take your time.
So why are you here?
I'm here to do an investigation.
I was. Can I go say something?
Sure, you can recommend something.
Sure.
Say that you're here to. You have a meeting with one of the what's the senator? Yeah,
Congressman
The
Congress
congressman.
Congress.
Congressman
Con-
Roth. You happen to know
Roth.
he came to the
He usually
station.
loves the press.
Yes.
He's rather a ham, so you should just simply I'm here to see uh, Congressman Roth. I have some questions for.
Okay. My name is Trini Hutchison. I'm a reporter for Seattle News, and I'm here for meeting with Congressman Roth.
Oh, hmm. Well, let me take a look here. Please remain here in your vehicle. I'll be right back. And he walks back to his little shack. Now, as he does so, John Aldine is out taking a walk, kind of shaking off the visions of what he saw yesterday, and he sees this little, pretty hot little Mustang sitting in the driveway of sitting in the entryway at the base entry point, and there's a young lady sitting in the car, basically tapping her steering wheel, waiting kind of impatiently to come through. You might have actually seen her on the local news. So, do you want to approach her, or are you going to go scatter back and tell people that the press might be coming?
No, I'm gonna go
Okay.
approach her.
Okay. So, as you're sitting in your car, this gentleman he doesn't look like he fits the uniform very well. His hair is a little bit longer than it should be. I don't know if you've got any facial hair or whatever, but he just kind of doesn't look like the military guy, even though he's in a military uniform. He has the
Blonde
sleeves.
hair, mustache.
Yeah. Okay. This is the '70s. Are you doing the full like handlebar, hang off your corners of your
Handlebar
chin?
mustache, yes.
Yeah, like a Fu Manchu kind of thing. Okay.
Okay.
And longish hair. He comes in, basically approaches the side of your car. Are you going to roll down the window on the passenger side? This is an old enough time you'd actually have to reach across and roll it down. Or are you just going to try to ignore the unkempt soldier?
Well, I'm gonna talk to.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Are you going to accommodate the guy who's walking towards your car, or are you going to ignore him?
I'm going to accommodate.
Okay, so she reaches across the car, rolls down the window. So you can lean into the car, lean on the windowsill. Go ahead, John.
Well, first I'm gonna ask the guy that's at the.
He's not. You can't. He's inside He's inside the little shack.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss. Are you Trinity Hutchinson?
I'm Trini Hutchison.
Well, what are you doing around these parts?
I'm a reporter for Seattle News.
Okay. What are you reporting on?
I'm reporting on an investigation.
All right. I would love to find out more. You have a. You know what? Do you want to come in, have a talk, see what you know, and maybe you can come help with me?
About
Help
that
me with a few things?
about that time, the guy walks back out with his notebook, his little clipboard, and he looks down. And he says, "Are you with him?" Points at the soldier.
Yes, she's with me.
I didn't ask you. I'm asking her.
Yes, I'm with him.
Oh, very well, miss. And he takes whatever piece of paper he had in his hand and crunches it up and says, she's on your head, Aldine. You mess this up, I'm sure they're going to kick you right on out of here."
I doubt it, but say later, man.
So, do you climb inside her car, or are you just going to walk ahead of her?
Yeah, climb in the car. Okay, direct her towards the.
Okay. So he's able to guide you back to where they're parking. You come alongside of a long hangar-like structure. This used to be an air base back before, in World War II as a training base, but it's been closed down for a while. And so he then inducts you into the building, down a long corridor, and into a room with a few desks and chairs. It looks almost like a medical wing, though, because they have monitors and things like that for heart rate and stuff. And one camera is still pointing at what looks like a sit-up coffin. It's a big black box, bigger than a chair. It doesn't even seem to have a place to sit on it, and then a smaller box on top of that. Feel free to ask any questions of Aldine, because he's the one who led you in here. And the only other person in this room at the time is Major Laughter, who is reviewing a file.
I'm not. What happened at the end of the episode last time was that I had just gone into the chamber to look at the sensory deprivation thing both of the lights went out, and a voice said Salvata returns, and then we cliffhangered.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, this is
no.
why. This is exactly why we're supposed to do this in the right order, and you guys are supposed to give me our story so far because I did not remember any of that. So
Me either, man. Me either.
no, but I hate being ambushed, Travis. If you
No,
remember that, you should.
I just went back to watch the stream because I didn't remember it either.
Okay, but okay. All right. So more than likely, you guys would be looking at the box, and you could see that something's moving. In that the box is like somebody's trying to get out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Aldine, you remember what it feels like to be inside that box. What are you doing?
I'm gonna turn on the infrared camera and see if I can check what's inside. before
Okay,
I
even
open
though
the box.
the lights are on, you can turn on the infrared, and when you do, there is a shimmering shape, about maybe a foot taller than a human being, that seems to be holding down the hood of the isolation chamber.
And is it
You
laughter
don't see
outside?
laughter at all. I said you just see the
that's-
black box and this thing holding down the lid, and something trying to get out. What are you doing?
Can I turn on the lights?
The lights are on.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rush in and.
There's what I was looking for.
I'm
Okay.
gonna rush in and close the door. Lock the lid if possible.
Wow. Okay. So the reporter's been brought in. She's watching this on the screen. Sees you flip some dials and knobs. She sees this 8-foot tall shimmering image. It's not fully visible, but it's like a shimmering distortion of about 8 feet tall. Looks kind of humanoid, holding down the lid of this box, and she sees you go running in. She sees you run away from where she is. As you disappear down the hallway, she'll see you enter the room. As she does so, because she's still looking, the image moves away. You can't. You're not there when it happens, but the image moves away, and let's see who else is there. Oh, Grayson, you've just come back in after a coffee break.
All right.
And there went Aldine just goes rushing by you, almost spilling your coffee, leaving a young woman you don't recognize with a notebook in her hand, scribbling madly, looking around the structure. You have no idea who she is.
Grayson will casually walk up to this woman and give her like a very low and respectful nod. Spirits be with you, my lady. What are you doing in this
Now, Miss Hutchinson, as he walks in, this gentleman looks like a throwback from like the end of World War II. He's got a vest on that suggests he might have served some time in the military. He's got all the pockets all over the outside of it, but he also is wearing a Native American headband made out of beads. He's got a couple of feathers hanging from one of his earlobes. He's got a whole, like triple necklace of puka shells around his neck that hang down almost to his midsection. Totally looks like a early 60s throwback. He's
Hippie.
total hippie. How do you respond to him?
Walk away.
Walk.
Yeah, but she's in a place she may or may not supposed to be. Remember, she's on the military installation without her escort anymore.
I would just explore the rest of the. I would explore the rest of the area and as much as possible until.
You're not gonna recognize them though.
She's not gonna.
Oh.
He's talking to you. He says, okay. Hello, young lady. What are you doing here? That kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I'm a reporter from the Seattle News.
Well, fair warning, my dear. There have been some strange incidents going on around here as of late.
Okay. About this time, you now made it to the box. The lid is down on the box. You don't see any figure in the room at all. You can hear the sloshing of the liquid inside. And you remember last time you were in one of these, it tried to drown you. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna bang on it. Is someone in there?
Is that someone going to bang back? Slaughter? Laughter?
No, I'm gurgling and struggling for my life.
You can still bang on the inside of it, though. Yeah. Oh no, you're right. You'd still be able to reach it because you just bash on the inside of it. You can hear him muffling, asking you questions through the metal, but you could bang on the box if you wanted to let him know you're there. What do you do when you
I
hear?
can't hear anything. Say it again. I'm just joking.
Fucking bastard!
So you flip open the lid, the water pours out. Slaughter is completely drenched, obviously. That water was up above his head, so the water comes gushing out all over the place.
What the heck are you doing in there? You're not supposed to be swimming in there. That thing's dangerous.
Do you think I fucking went in there of my own accord?
Yes.
No, I didn't. It was locked from the outside, you dafty.
It wasn't even locked.
It was
That was a
latched.
second ago.
It was latched. It was latched.
Oh, okay, it was latched.
Okay, so let's see. The final person I need to include in this is our professor. So, professor, you
like my picture?
Yes.
that's a very nice picture.
Diana Prince.
Nice.
I figured I had trouble finding her as Diana Prince because when you're looking under Wonder Woman, it rarely showed her as Diana Prince.
True. But anyway, so Victoria, you walk in and Grayson is standing close to this young woman who's got her head slightly cocked because she's clearly interested in what he's got to say. And you hear him say, a lot of mysterious things go on, but you recognize that she has to be from the press. So what do you want to do with that?
She walked over. I wouldn't take down any more than what you have already. You might not be able to leave here with it at all.
It's true. The congressman is very icky.
You came here to see the congressman, so the mention of his name would be quite interesting to you, Trini.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to find out more from them?
Yes.
So ask them.
There's a kind of tall, bespectacled woman, pretty good looking, but just her clothes just play down everything. It's just
She's a bit
like
rude too, honestly.
You're not there, Stephen. John, you're in the other room.
Okay.
Please stay with your scene.
Yes,
Right now it's just Grayson and
how do you
the
do?
professor.
I'm the professor.
This is
And how did you get on base? This place was
I drove on and I showed them my badge and let them know I'm a reporter from Seattle News.
and the security guard let you in?
Yes.
I must say, quite
Just
impressive.
wait here and I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
So she goes to, because I thought we were on lockdown.
Right. Well, you're looking. Yeah. Well, you were. But two other things to note is that you can see on the monitor that John is helping Major Laughter get out of the isolation chamber.
Well, maybe in just a moment I'll take care of the other business. She hurries up and walks into the room.
Okay. So by this time, Laughter's sitting there, completely clear of the container, but he's drenched from head to foot. His uniform sagging on him heavily from the water, and John is kind of smirking. I don't know how else to describe it. He was kind of almost laughing at him for being in the chamber, but he's handing him a towel.
Major, are you okay?
I'm not fucking okay. I just came in here to check to see what happened last time. And I'm doing the wrong voice.
That's
But,
right.
right, I came in here last time, and I was looking around, and the lights went off. Some voice said, Salvata returns, and then all of a sudden I was drowning in the damn tank. And he was trying to lock the lid.
Who was?
He pointed at you.
I didn't lock the lid. I let you out. What the hell?
Why did you run in here to get him out?
Because I saw something in here. I thought it was Major Laughter trying to lock something in the tub because the tub had.
What did you see?
There was a shot at a figure. I couldn't see the figure properly, but I thought it was Major.
Yeah,
Laughter.
it's over. It
So
was
I
over
just
8.
rushed in.
It was over 8 feet tall. Just for clarification,
Yeah, it was-
nothing is
And it was a shimmering, translucent figure.
right.
Oh, very sorry. Saw a shimmering, friendly figure. I guess. I
And
thought I rushed in, and maybe I figured it went back into the thing, and then, well, I heard Major Laughter drowning. I guess or fighting inside of there, so I let him out.
well,
I
thank
didn't
you.
I didn't try to lock him in.
Okay.
Joke around a bit though.
Okay, and Trini, you can see the monitor, see that the three of them are in the room, but there is no sound being recorded, so you can't hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Grayson sees you looking at the monitor again and probably tries to impose his body in between to prevent you from seeing any more of it because he's concerned about the safety of the project. So
Yeah.
I think he's more concerned about the safety of her
that's
getting sucked into the project.
there's always that possibility.
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. He is in the project, so he will try to prevent her from seeing, but he knows that if the congressman gets wind, he will try to suck her in as he has tried to suck everybody else in, so it's a little bit of both.
Okay. About this time, there'll be a slight knock at the door, and a young airman will be standing at the doorway going, I'm sorry, is Major Laughter around? I've got a message for him.
From whom? Oh, I'm not there. I'm in the other room.
I'm asking Grayson. Grayson and Trini are the two that are here.
Let me check the other room. I think I saw Victoria go into the other room. Maybe she knows where he is. And I'm going to enter the other room.
Okay, so you go down the hallway. That leaves just Trini and this lieutenant, or this airman. He's looking around nervously, trying not to stare at the young woman, but he also doesn't recognize her as somebody as part of the project. So he's kind of staring a little bit at you, Trini.
I then would introduce myself and let the airman know that I'm a reporter from Seattle News.
Oh, I probably shouldn't be talking to you then. I only have a message from the congressman, and I was trying to get to Sergeant Laughter. I'm sorry, Major Laughter. Do you know the major?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good. Well, maybe you could just hand it to him then.
Alrighty.
He hands you
And
an
I
hands
take
you-
the note.
yeah, end of envelope. He has you sign it, so you need to sign for it. What name do you
Sign
sign?
and date.
Okay, sign and date with your own name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he walks off.
As the noose tightens.
All right, so you're standing there with the envelope. You're a reporter. This is confidential information. Says for your eyes only, confidential outside of the envelope. There's nobody else in the room. What do you want to do?
I will leave the room and go exploring the rest of the area.
So you're going to follow them down the hallway?
Yes.
All right.
What about the letter? You're not going to open the letter?
Oh yes. Yes. I'll open the letter as well.
Like he said, I'm setting the hook here. Okay, so when you open the letter, it says it's the top, it's the letterhead says Congressman Roth's office, and the bottom signed by Congressman Roth. It says, "Sorry, Major, I've been called back to Washington for a committee vote. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave you in charge. Be safe, protect the team, catch the bad guy. Cordially yours, Congressman Roth."
No.
You put it back in the
Terribly uninformative.
Yep. That's about right.
Put the envelope back. Put the letter back in the envelope.
Yep.
Okay. So as you're walking down the hallway, Victoria, you got there first, so you've got a couple of minutes to deal with everybody else before
We
Trinity
have a
catches
new
up.
player.
Yeah. Hello, Marjorie Marsh.
We have a documancer in the house.
Documents are in the house. That's pretty good. She's not talking yet. We haven't heard her yet.
Nope, not yet.
There
I
she
am
is.
here.
There she is. There she is.
I actually have like 20 different characters, but I have Marjorie in front of me. She's an antiquarian.
Antiquarian. Nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
It's a
We
great,
need one of them.
great addition. All right, Grayson, we're gonna leave that to you to bring Marjorie in. So you've been intrigued enough that you're gonna call in one of your old friends from college.
Oh,
So we'll deal with that in a moment. Right now, we're in the middle of the scene with the Major is completely soaked in water, getting out of the isolation chamber. John is dabbing him with a towel, sort of.
John,
Go ahead, John.
I want to examine the bottom of the tank while they're here, just
Oh.
in case I drown.
Good. Well, it's open, so it's not can't drown you while it's open. But you do see that there is a glob of basically undefinable gooey substance coating the drain.
I want to go get a sample, what do you call it? Not swab, but
Petri dish.
A sample
Yeah,
bag,
petri dish.
sample bag or whatever from the other room.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So-
and then like scoop some of it into the petri dish.
Okay, so he bolts from the room without even talking to anybody. He bolts from the room, headed out. You know that he was down on his knees looking at the bottom of the container.
Oh, look.
Yeah,
Hey, it looks like he's about to shit himself.
yeah. You look down and you see that the stuff pulses almost like it's alive.
Now that's interesting.
Oi,
Look at
what
that.
you looking at? Did I shite myself?
No, this is not human.
So John goes running past you, Trini. With look of earnest dedication, like he's really headed for something. He's kind of surprised to see you in the hallway, but he doesn't stop as he goes by you. Are you going to turn to follow him to see what he's going after, or are you going to stay on your path and keep going down the hall?
I'm going to follow him and see what he's going after.
All right. So you see him make it back to the main office area, and he's opening drawers and slamming drawers, trying to find something. Finally, he pulls a clear plastic bag and a pair of pair of those neoprene gloves or whatever, and comes down the hallway.
I thought he was gonna get like hot dog tongs.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But hey, that's actually a good idea too.
He
They
stops.
weren't
He stops.
available.
Yeah, actually looks around, can't find any others, so he actually goes over to where they have the little toaster oven, grabs the actual food tongs you guys use, and heads.
Well, I honestly thought it would be in the room we're at. I figured they would have.
You don't put any of that in an isolation chamber. You want it to be as bland and
clean as possible.
because you want them to only get lost in the,
Yeah,
in the
they'll
isolation.
have the cart that they bring in after an experiment ends to do that sort of thing.
Right. So anyway, he comes back in. He's got a pair of hot dog tongs and an old plastic bag. And he's got the gloves on, but it's clear that he hasn't worn them in a long time. Even though he's got experience as a fireman, he really didn't do that much with the emergency meds because this is 1960s. It's not quite the 90s yet. So his fingers don't quite fit in the gloves right, but he did as best he could. And so he's reaching down in with towards that gooey stuff. Do you tell him that it moved while he was gone?
Look at it moved. It's pulsing.
Okay.
What the shite are you talking about? And
There's
Sam's
something
gonna
on
come
the
over and look
there's
too.
something in the drain.
Right. And
On it.
as he lifts it out or grabs a hold of it and pulls, it's almost a foot and a half long down the. It actually had started seeping down the drain,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and so he's got a 1 gallon plastic bag, and it almost doesn't fit. He's like having to use the tongs to push it down inside, and it's putting like a gooey substance on the outside.
What color is it?
It's clear with like a reddish brown, veined like material inside of it, and one section of it looks like almost like an eye, like an eyeball inside of
Really
it.
quick, before you close that bag, Sam's gonna go over and pull out his trench knife and just slowly insert it into the creature, but not puncturing the bag.
Okay,
Just stab
so
it a couple times to make sure.
so I
it's-
imagine he's
yeah.
having to hold the bag up at about eye level for you to be able to do that kind of detailed work. So as you're all standing there, the reporter's going to come around the corner. She's going to see you holding up this bag of Jello, basically, with this eyeball floating around inside of it, and you've got your knife stuck in from the top. Like, are you trying to separate the eye, or what are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to separate as much of it from each other. Stab it a couple times, maybe poke for the eye.
Yeah, it moves. It's obvious that your
I'm
knife.
baffled by this.
You should. Yeah, that's. You hear her say, "I am baffled," and you guys all turn.
Baffled.
I can imagine you're all standing there like involved with this, and you look over and you see the reporter standing there with her notebook out.
Somebody
Sa-
get her out
Sam
of
has
here.
a knife in his hand. He's a bit focused for that.
Somebody get her out of here.
Grayson's the only one that's free.
Yeah, Grayson, could you please direct her out of here? And what is she doing here?
John's the only one that knows, and he's busy holding the tongs in the bag.
Grayson is going to try to, not forcefully, but kind of guide her
Ship
out.
her out of there.
Yeah.
Put your hand. I imagine you put your hand on her elbow and motion for her to go the other direction. We
Let's
can
go
talk
to the
about.
cafeteria.
Yeah, let's
I
go
want
back to.
some dessert.
How about a cup of coffee or something?
Yeah,
How about some
Yeah.
Jello?
Ball of Jell-O.
Hey, just
He-
zip it up. Lassiter, thank you for.
Wait, what did he? What did?
Hello.
Hello. Again with the Lassiter. I love it. Lassiter's back. Yes.
Laughter. God darn it.
But John, you were saying something that it was
Actually, yeah,
moving.
you can have Lassiter do it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not actively moving from you. I'm just saying when you push your knife into it, you can see it gave a little bit, like it was trying to. It was like it was resistant to the knife. So the surface kind of bows a little bit, and the knife pierces it. And when it does, it kind of splashes a little bit of the goo up the blade. So now,
Okay, stop messing with it. Let's just close this for now and then have someone.
But
have
it
the
is
scientist
being
test
it is being pierced, right?
yeah, you pierced it. Yeah.
Okay. If he pierces it a couple times, he's like, okay, I'm sure it'll probably die. We can close the bag now.
I doubt it, but okay. It's like, okay, bring the science. I need a science. Bring one of the
Why
scientists.
don't you clean your blade on something that?
He's
There's
gonna
water
take
right
the
there.
towel that
Clean
he
up
was
the
already
water.
wiping himself off with and wipe off his blade.
Okay.
You know, doing it the wrong way, so he slices no.
No.
Just
Nice.
kidding.
And as you're wiping up. Just a second.
To,
Just a second. As you're wiping it off on the blade, it leaves a little bit of the material on it, almost like this is going to be graphic, a little like placenta. It's kind of bloody gooey.
Delicious.
Yes.
Maybe take this one to the lab too, or to the furnace more probably.
So John's going to go down the hallway going, "Where's the lab technician when I need one? Lab technician." Lab technician Lassiter steps out and says, "Yes. How can I help you?" Thank you, Gene, for reinventing Lassiter.
So to let Trini and everybody on the joke,
Sure.
my name is Laughter.
And I keep on calling them. The first time I saw it, it looked like Lassiter.
and she keeps calling him Lassiter. And so every time I make the joke that an airman down the hallway goes, "Hello," thinking that he's being called. So now we have him. He's the science guy. All right.
All right, hand in the bag.
Okay. So
Have this checked out. I want the results right away.
I'm sure that
Take
the
this knife and burn it, or whatever you can do.
didn't give him the knife. He gave you the cloth. But anyway,
Oh yeah, I thought he
No,
I'm not giving you my knife. Are you insane?
I think you were gonna say you didn't want it burned or something.
no,
No,
the
the
cloth.
Towel that I
the
wiped it
towel.
off on.
Oh,
John.
okay. Oh, take
Dear-
the towel then.
Dear John,
Pay
dear
attention.
John, says Victoria. The towel needs to be burned because it has leftover material of it on it. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
let's
take care of
aerosol
that,
this stuff.
Yeah.
and she's gonna go with him because she says, "Look, I think you're gonna need to call somebody in on this. I don't think this is exactly normal biological material."
Okay.
We
So
are who you call. We are the secret base.
So-
Everyone that you need is here.
quick question to MJ Marsh.
Yep.
You say you're antiquarian. Are we referring to
Somehow,
humanitarian issues, or are you talking about antiquarian as far as biology? What's your specific focus?
Antiquarian. Probably more. Well. Okay, repeat the question. I'm sorry, I just got out of class, so my brain's in a weird funk. Go for it again.
Weird funk.
Yeah, I'm in a
Gotta
weird
have
funk
the
right now.
funk. Hey,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want funk.
Uh,
Everybody gets the funk. Yeah, okay. No, the question was whether or not, as an antiquarian, you specialize in biology, archaeology, furniture. When you say antiquarian, what do you mean?
Probably more. I was thinking like antiquarian, like antique shop. Like this is her family's like stuff, but she knows the ropes because they've been beating it into her head since she was like 2.
Okay. All right.
So literal antiques.
Yep.
And old
No.
stuff.
Yeah, antiques and old things.
Gotcha. All right. Grayson,
Yes.
this thing that they pulled out of the drain doesn't it doesn't look natural. It doesn't look normal. Obviously, a gooey creature of that size is not something that's normal in our
world.
Yeah.
history. So go ahead and roll a check against your knowledge of history. I'll make it a 50%.
Sorry, give me a minute. I'm like really far away from the table. Right?
Don't worry. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just tell me.
I'll roll for him if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got an. Oh my god.
He
Please
got
tell me a 1.
I got an odd one.
Nice.
okay.
Holy crap. I was
The
like, wait, I've never read this combination on the dice before.
this never happens to me. Yeah. So with the O1, this creature looked oddly similar to something you saw on a school classroom board when you were at university.
Okay.
You don't remember anything about it except you remember the young girl who was drawing that image, and that was Marjorie.
Marsh.
Marjorie Marsh.
Ah.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Do I still have a way of getting a hold of Marguerite?
Well, to be oddly crass, yeah, you remember that you at one time thought you might be able to date her, so you had her in your version of the Little Black Book. You don't know if the number's any good anymore. It's been 25 years since you were in school and all of that, so you can just only hope.
You know what? Shot in the dark. I'm going to find the nearest phone and
Okay,
Oh.
so Marjorie, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you a world traveler, or are you pretty much a homebody?
I probably am more of like the I travel by train kind of person. I try to get out of the shop as much as possible so I don't have to do the work myself, even though I know all the information. I just getting dragged back into it because we need we
Well,
need
you're
the
you're well, you're an antiques person, so you think that that's the glamorous part of getting to see all these pieces, but really
yeah
most of it is what do they call it when you renovate? You're actually out in there, matching stains and all the stuff.
yeah.
Boring kind of
E-
work.
Even though I'm going out there, I'm just like, oh crap, I'm doing the same thing that my parents do every day.
Yeah. Now,
Like I find myself in other antique shops.
and one of the reasons why you ended up in the antiques field is that your folks kept drawing you back to the family business, even though you were in school. Um, I'm going to suggest that you might have had a minor in biology when you were
Okay,
in
yeah,
school. That
that's totally fine.
you actually thought you would someday be a doctor, but you found you couldn't handle the queasiness of it.
Oh yeah,
You actually touched.
blood makes me gag.
So when you were in
What if
school,
it's translucent blood?
Huh.
Still makes him gag.
You don't know if it's blood though.
well, the thing is that she was fascinated with like studying protozoa and things like that. So you drew pictures of the creatures in that you saw in the microscope, and that was okay because it was such a scale difference that it wasn't like an actual creature. You
Yeah, I'm like one of those artsy people that keeps like a little like leather journal in my purse.
yes, and you probably have at home about 1,000 different versions of it that have been written.
Oh yeah,
So
And half of them are completely untouched because you can't
right,
figure
Yeah.
out what to put in it because it's too nice of a journal.
yep.
we all
Those
know
are
we all know
those
these
have-
things.
Those are under my bed.
so
I'm finally using one right now for my notes.
but even though you've done all this traveling, you still basically live in the apartment above your folks' house. So you haven't changed your phone number in 40 years, but you really haven't needed to.
My room doesn't look that much different from the antique shop.
Exactly. So your phone rings. I imagine you've got one of those old stand-up kind of phones where you pick the earpiece up and you hold the whole phone up to your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear it ringing. It doesn't ring very often, but it's ringing.
I'm probably listening to something that's current on the radio, and as I'm lifting up, I'm like, yeah.
All the leaves are
Marjorie,
brown,
this is Grayson.
and the
Look,
sky is gray.
remember that guy from school
I've
that
been a robot.
who, at least, I think kind of had a thing with? This is not a pickup line, I swear.
Sounds like a pickup line.
It's really not.
Wow, he's so clunky at this. He's still.
Charisma in this room.
Yeah, I am. We found something.
I thought of you. I saw this hideous thing on the wall, and I thought of you.
That looks like
Wow,
one
that's a
of
horrible
your art.
Wow, you're just a heartbreaker.
That was good. That was actually good. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys are having a conversation.
Which side? Oh, sidebar. I am named after my mother, so I am the second Marjorie.
Gotcha.
Could
Anyways,
you come down and take a look at this
Thing?
very curious protozoan?
Wow, that was a big jump, but yeah, okay.
all right. I grabbed something that I can put on my skin, and I'm like, all right. Give me the address.
Something you put
Wait,
on your
what?
skin?
What?
Like I don't know, like a pen or like a Sharpie. I don't know.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? I need lotion right now.
Yeah.
Moisturize me.
Just
God damn it! I'm not that
Moist.
toothpick lady.
Tell that again.
Moisturize me.
Jeez.
Oh.
Spray.
Is there like I obviously can't give her? Okay, how we?
No, you
how
just
do
give her.
we-
It's typical scene in all the movies. Yeah, We're at blah 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 555-1212. You don't have to actually give a real number. So
Yeah.
Yeah. P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way. Got it.
got it.
In Sydney, you're going to be
So
a little
I'll
bit
give
far
her
away from where
a-
we are.
I'll give her actually an address that is close to where we are. Cause
No, you give her. You could give her the station because although the place is in lockdown, apparently they're letting anybody on because they let the reporter on, right?
That's true. That's true. So I'll give her the address of the station.
Okay. And of course, when he does say the Anderton station, you're like, wait, that closed down a long time ago.
I should still probably know about it. I probably know some people that probably.
Hangout spot for hookups.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, your mind would go there.
Of course,
Yeah.
Stevens would. That's true. If
That's
anybody,
not fair, man.
no, just
Sorry, it's not fair. It wouldn't go there. It just always is there.
Wow, rude.
Wow.
Rude.
You're the one that tried to drown me in a tank.
I didn't
Sorry.
try to drown you. I thought it was a. Anyways.
yeah,
man.
whatever.
Anyway, I grab a couple of essentials and maybe like he
Essential
said.
oils.
Yes, clearly that's exactly what I mean. So let's see here.
No, that's the stuff Grayson would grab. The essential oils, a little bit of smudge pot, a little.
I always carry my spike pot with me, you know.
Absolutely, got to get that sage out there to stop those evil demons.
Oh, I missed my coffee.
Yeah, but your aim's improving.
Oh, this is gonna be great because I'm naturally blonde hair, blue eye. This is gonna be like shell shock factor.
Okay, so you come racing to the station. Okay, so you guys have to have a conversation in the main room now that you've gotten the bug sent over, or the creature sent over for investigation. You got to deal with the fact that there's a reporter in the house and no congressman.
Right. So where the fuck is that congressman? He's the one who should be dealing with this shite, not me.
Oh, that would have been a great idea.
Only one person in the room knows where the congressman is.
Does
Oh,
anybody know where the congressman is?
I
Wait,
haven't seen
don't
him.
answer yet, Trinity. Go to your chat. You should do something. Give me a second.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I didn't know someone sent me a notification.
Yeah, just go to the chat. That was me. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
But do this instead. Okay, do this onto the letter.
Everybody's looking around trying to figure out where the congressman is, and you're sitting there with your hands folded with the letter that says confidential on it in your hand. Major Lauder, go ahead and make your check. I'm going to pronounce it Lauder just because I know what else it goes. So,
What check do you want me to perform?
observation.
Just you have a chance, like sneak away with the letter, put down that you're supposed to be there, and then you hand them the information.
What is up with my dice today?
What'd you roll this
Jesus,
time?
I got an odd 3.
Okay.
Never mind.
I'm not even. What?
Ooh, oh boy.
Wow.
Well, never mind.
I got
Never
an
mind.
odd
My
3.
idea worked.
Oh,
My idea
that's
won't work
fun.
now.
Yep. So you see clearly that she's
I
holding
see
it.
everything.
Well, yeah, but in particular, you see she's got a confidential document in her hand, and you know that they said that she was a reporter.
Darn
Sorry,
it.
just a second. I'm trying to fix something and I goofed it up as usual.
I think he has loaded dice, John. I think he has loaded dice.
Oh, no, we already have a person with loaded dice. We know who that is, so we don't have to worry about that.
Hey, what kind of a letter is that?
Okay,
Got
Trini?
big bold red
Confidential.
lighting on it.
No, Trini, at any time, you can just simply start talking because they're all clearly don't know what's going on. You're the only one that actually knows where the congressman is. You're supposed to have a meeting with him, so you should be really confused. So if you're personally really confused, then that's exactly what's going on. You are confused, but it's fine for you to just kind of go, Shh, excuse me, I'm a reporter. I need information. I have this, and so on, whatever. So don't feel like you have to wait for your turn, because I will call on you if I haven't heard from you in a while. But the idea is that I want you guys to be spontaneous in your actions. So they brought you into this room. They set you in a chair. They're nervously looking at each other, trying to figure out what's going on, but they don't know where the congressman is. But because you peeked into the letter, you know where the congressman is.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're asking, it's your choice on how you want to address that.
It's confidential.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Aye, there's nothing confidential from me.